I want to talk about controlling your emotions, which in today's world you have a lot of offenses, if you will. Okay, a lot of offenses come from people who are not stable, and basically, look at these people. As soon as something happens in this world, okay, they do as if, they act as if it's something special, as if this is not already going on, right? So really it is emotional instability. Okay. Yeah, which we start with 2 Peter 1:5. And beside this, giving all diligence, add your faith virtue, and to virtue knowledge. Yeah, you are emotional stable. You don't have instability if you do what is required of you, which means preaching the gospel, right? Preaching the gospel. You can do it everywhere, basically. Okay, doesn't matter if it's Las Vegas, doesn't matter if it's Paris, doesn't matter if you're in Netherlands, doesn't matter if you are in the city of Rome. Okay, you can, if it's required, you can preach everywhere. Okay, nobody hinders you from preaching. Can be some states, they will put you in prison for preaching. Okay, like I can imagine if you preach in North Korea in the street, okay, it is a direct offense against Kim Jong-un, right? Because if you preach, then you preach him, basically, over there. Most likely, I don't know. I never tried it out. Okay, but also in other states, it's not really clear, the situation itself. Okay, what would happen if you preach the name in the streets? Okay, you preach the white gospel in the streets. You don't really know what would happen. And this is 1 John 2:16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. Obviously we are in this world. Obviously, it just fits our eyes. It just fits our lifespan, right? That we have to see with our eyes, right? Who knows about Yahweh Shem Shai? He's not bound by eyesight, right? So that's why, we have to go away from this thought of he sees as we see. Okay, a man sees with his eyes, or he thinks with his heart, which is his mind. La'ab, the term. If you don't go into the Hebrew, nothing at all, then you don't know what is meant in the scriptures when it says heart. If you know what is meant, then basically it talks about the mind. But what does it also say about the mind? The mind is basically evil, okay, and nobody can know it. That's what it says about the mind, right? So we are human, okay? We have to brush our teeth, okay? Not Yehovah Shem Shai, okay? So that's why the scripture says, my dogs are higher than your dogs, right? So that's why we have to preach, okay? Because the world doesn't understand it otherwise. If you look at universities or look at Bible schools, what do they teach you? They are highly corrupt. All what they will teach you is, okay, how to be a good, how to get better in telling your lies in the church houses, because you will not have I think there's one church in the Philippines, right, who has the names. But imagine you bringing stuff like that in Germany, where you can actually preach on the street, nobody will put you in prison for that. Okay, imagine you have a degree such and such, and you have your own church, let's say in a German city, maybe. Let's just say what is it called? Dresden. Imagine. Which I believe Dresden even has the most universities, or the most Hochschulen, right? So Dresden, right? And I know there's somebody in Berlin who is teaching the keeping the commandments in a church. They have, I believe, maybe 5 or 2 members, right? But is it the truth? No. The truth comes with the names. It comes with Yahweh Shai's black, so-called. It comes with being put, still in 2026, put on the label of Black Hebrew Israelite terrorism. Sometimes, okay, it's more in certain, how can you say, yeah, like, you have yeah, sometimes, right, it's linked to extremism, but it's also that not all the time, not all the time it's really what they think it is. They just say it because they need something to make it look bad in the media, of course. Just like Vocab Malone. Why would you think, okay, that we joke about that? Basically, it's a big joke that we go on the street preaching, okay, doing all these videos on the internet. It's a big joke, having all these streams and visions obviously uploaded, okay, keeping the new moon and the Sabbath, okay, risking our lives and making our lives holy, like, which holy means separated, if you don't know, okay. Doesn't mean you have an angel wing above you, whatever that is, because I don't see any angel wing above your head in the Bible, okay. Correct me on that if you see it different. Yeah, so he really doesn't believe that we do this because we think we can make big profit or big money with that. Maybe you can say that about Sicarii. Okay, Sicarii actually uses that as a gang ground. Okay, as a gang. Basically, you can do a little bit of money with, getting money from people who maybe want to help the church, right? Then you also have you have a big community, right? the Fate community. Okay, so you just have to, what they did actually, okay, they uploaded music videos with, then they have photos with them on it, with weapons and all kind of stuff. Okay, which I believe it's allowed to have weapons in America, but is it a good picture when the scripture says our weapons are not carnal? No, it is not a good picture. And basically what they do is they mix everything what you can possibly mix in the truth, but the truth is not about that, and it's not with that. Okay, so that's how you know that, of course, you have groups that profit from those things, and as somebody in the world, you can not clearly say if they do this for profit or if they do this because they really have faith. Okay, and that is the problem with all these different camps out there. And you can't possibly say that about GMS. You can't say that about Great Millstone. Nobody's profiting. Okay, seeing the two in its form will always cost you offense. Okay, we know that, but we still keep doing it. Okay, and that is why Wilfred Malone even, okay, if he has some kind of understanding, okay, understands that we don't do this for, like those other groups, for profits. Okay, you see. And like I said, they mix rap music in it, they mix gang stuff in it. They have, of course, their likes already set up, you know, they just have to upload it. First minute they have over 1,000 clicks because of people, basically, you know, so-called faith brothers and sisters watching it, you know. But is it about the scriptures? No. Even if the music video would be about the scriptures, why? And then they make a fashion clothing out of it. Okay, so this is not what you read in the scriptures. Okay, like the day when Aaron, he gathered the earrings and the, you know, the jewelry from Israel to make that big bull, right? And you can't use the truth and make it for some to a big profit. If you will profit in the truth, then it comes automatically and not because of you or to you. Okay, like remember, beloved Elder Apostle Gabar talks about it oftentimes. When the truth really benefits, if all hell is breaking loose, then you will see, okay, what the truth really benefited. Okay, when everybody doesn't understand what's going on, okay, I don't know, martial law everywhere, and people dying left and right, okay, then of course it is a benefit to know, oh, I'm in the truth, I don't have to, you know, even if I die, I win, basically. That's the outcome of all the story, you know. Can't deny that you are not in the risk of dying, but is it now the end? No. That's why you're in the truth, hopefully in the first place, because you understand that dying is not the end, or you don't want to. You don't want to. You know, the last station, if you will, if you're in the train, is that for these people. Okay, after that comes the judgment. But for you, you want to see the kingdom. That's why you're in the truth. Okay. So this is the profit, not making a fashion clothing, making a gang shit, how people call it, especially rappers or actually gang members. Okay, promoting or supporting, actually, you would say, like those real gangs, you know, you support them by doing the same shit. Okay, but you call yourself holy. What the fuck? But with that, all praises to Yahweh. Okay, last verse. Romans 8:28, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to the purpose here. It doesn't work good for you if you end up doing stuff like that, like those scoops, man. Okay, peace out. On to the next.